Aloha, my name is Rich Godfrey. I'm from Koa Works Ukulele Company, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make homemade kerfing using my bandsaw. A lot of guys like to make their kerfing on a table saw using a thinner kerf blade, but when I started making kerfing on my bandsaw with a simple jig that I made, I found that I can get away with it. Simple jig, a piece of mahogany with a deep cut through it, not all the way through. I get my jig and I put it behind the bandsaw blade, and I will get my piece of spruce that I'm going to be making kerfing out of, which is roughly starting out about 5/16 of an inch thick, and I'll put it against my jig and right up to the bandsaw blade, and I can judge how far back my jig's gonna go, so I can clamp it into position with a C-clamp on my bandsaw table. This is a shorter piece of spruce. For a tenor ukulele, you're gonna need something roughly about 19 inches long, so you can get one piece on entire side. I do my cuts very carefully, not to get close to the blade, because you don't want to get cut. As I go down and I'm getting to the end of my inside of my bandsaw, after I've completed my cuts and I've taken my jig off and I've run my piece of spruce through my bandsaw and cut out my strips, it'll look basically like this. This here is about 19 inches long, and I've got about 60 kerfs in this piece here. Each kerf is roughly about 1/4 inch. I find that that's good for the inside bends of a ukulele body. I'll take that strip, and doing it by hand on my sander, I'll sand it down so I can get my triangle shape, and the very top edge will be roughly about 1/8 of an inch, which will be a flat portion. So when I use my clothespin clamps to clamp it to the side of the instrument inside, I have a nice clamping area. And basically, kerfing is used inside of an instrument like an ukulele or guitar to glue to the sides of the instrument and create a larger area for the soundboard and then the back to be glued on for integrity of the instrument. You can use mahogany, you can use spruce. I used mahogany for many years, and mahogany is fine. But lately I've been using red spruce. It's nice, light in color, lightweight, strong, and to pre-bend, to go into the body, it's a lot easier. It's a lot more forgiving to pre-bend, so you can pre-bend it into the shape of your instrument, put your glue, and then put your clamps. And that's basically how I make my homemade kerfing in my shop. Aloha.